let us go through reliable sources and information as regards this blockade. The Northerners decided to come up with this blockade of food items to the south of Nigeria as a result of the south of Nigeria standing, particularly the southwest of Nigeria, standing firm against injustice. We know the activities of Fulani herdsmen, bandits, and a lot of terrible things happen. They invade farms, and with this, agriculture cannot thrive in the south of Nigeria. Now, according to Punch newspaper, in Kaduna, a waste bin basket of tomatoes crashed from 8,000 naira to 150, yet nobody wants to buy. Now, in Kano State, Gunduse, bag of onions for 35,000 naira is now 7,000 naira. This is according to Daily Trust. In Mina, Garatu, Kwarai of fit size yam, tubers from 45k is now 18,000 naira. In Jos, back in Ladi and Palm West, bag of Irish potatoes from 17k is now 9k. This is according to Unity FM, Jos. Now, in Kano, farmers went to the extent of unsuccessfully trying to use the airport to move food down to the south. This is according to Naira Land. In Abuja, the DSS invited areas to settle the issue. Now, you would have thought about DSS being, a security agency. Why are they now involved in inviting herdsmen to settle issues? That's because they realize that the south of Nigeria soon will not need anything from them anymore. In Bauchi, farmers are already promoting unity between the north and the south. Now, on some media platform, millions were lost to food transported to other countries from the north. You'll find this on several social media platforms. At the end, Northerners who single-handedly declared the blockade called it off themselves. So, are we going to say they gloriously lost the war? They need more of the south to survive because their farm produce has to go out. They need more of the south to survive. They need the money. They need the cash flow to come in and out. And if they cannot get this, you know what it is? It becomes headache. Now, people commented and reacted to all of this. Someone said, what you see displaying out here is just a natural law in economics called the law of demand and supply. The more goods available for supply, the lesser the demand as a result of caught in domestic supply chain. And someone said, shame, you people are not business tribes. Without us, you cannot say anything. Nothing keep you your food and feed it to your so-called cows, your rams, and your camel. We do not need any of it anymore. Some people say, who will suffer more? Between the person who lost his property and a person who is going to die from hunger because he defends, all right, this coming from someone from the north. And of course, there are people who are going to reply to this. Someone say buyers must capitalize on the current price of these products, even price them further down. They must be taught a lesson. Someone say we even need to boycott their food for some weeks more. Next time, they will never try such again. Someone say Biafran government should declare Operation Feed Your Nation. This farming season, everyone should clear any bush or piece of land. And at least let's start with cassava, tomatoes, melon, yam, no matter how small. Someone said the Northerners have simply realized that they lack two fundamental factors to sustain their retrogressive food blockade threat. One, purchasing power, and two, buying population. In reciprocity, I wish we could also go to the highways and drive back their oncoming food cargoes. The buyer is the king. Yes. Someone said, to be sincerely honest, with my humble opinion, without being sentimental, I think that the North will not win this war when it comes to this food. A lot of people in the South might probably go through a little bit, but they will bounce back and there's going to be a way out of this. I think it's time for farmers in the South to begin business. It's time for you to grow your business now. Someone said it's only the forces of demand and supply that controls or regulate prices in any microeconomic situation. Economic blockade and other macroeconomic theories work perfectly in wartime's an issue that concerns exclusive list. Someone said, in fact, anybody that call off this blockade, I will sue him or her to ICC. Calling it off is injustice. The blockade should last for 3 months. Please, let's know how far. Someone said, this is a BFS that if a ram could be sold for ₦1 million in Lagos, it's evident that they were hit by inflation caused by our food blockade. Unless you stop killing us unnecessarily, you won't withstand being starved in the near future. So, for people who are in Lagos, Is a ram sold for 1 million naira? Are people so beef hungry that they need to buy a ram for 1 million naira? Someone said their stupidity stings, and they are declaring blockade with perishable foods. If they were reasonable, they would have set up a processing plant and storage with 24-hour electricity to preserve their produce for as long as they want their blockade to last. Instead, they went and blocked perishable food and destroyed their sweat and hard work in a nonsensical stupidity. Well, what people should understand is that it is not the decision of the farmers to stop. They understand that their items are perishable. It is an association that these farmers are not in control of that decide to do this. Do not forget that it is a fight against majorly herdsmen, pastoralists, bandits, terrorists. That's what it is. So these people are still the people who control farmers, even in the north of Nigeria. They determine when they can go to their farms after they've paid them money and when they can also harvest. They are the kings and lords right there. So we need to get all of these things right. So it's not the decision of an average farmer in the north. He doesn't want to make go into the farm, invest, and do all of that. And at the end of the day, it doesn't cash out. Doesn't want any of that. But there are powers that be that control all of these things. Someone said, let's use this medium and to tell them that we are not buying their nonsense anymore. Let them eat their cows. We do not want any of their cows or any of their stuffs. Someone say, I've been enjoying ofe from my wife. What are they talking about? Well, they said other parts are ready to supply. That's to let you know that the south of Nigeria needs to beef up. We need to beef up. I mean, cow production, cow herdsmen, people that need to have, people need to begin the business of having their own cows, having all of these things, very important. Someone said, this is how stupid they are. They do not have tomato paste processor. Instead of them using their tomato to produce tin ones, use pepper and onion to produce a sachet one. They call pepper and onion in the market, which was sold for 30 naira. Now it came to about now 150 to 200 naira per sachet to make it cheaper. And they're allowing this. All these goods are wasted. Now that's the reality of it. They are crying and screaming and saying that their farm produce are being wasted here and there. But what about converting these things to something meaningful? And aside this food blockade, what about growing, like I was saying initially, growing the same in the south of Nigeria? It's time for us to begin. It's time to begin earnestly begin business of food in the south of Nigeria. You do not have to depend on the north of Nigeria to bring you your food items. You do not have to depend on all of this. You just have to do what you need to do yourself. It's time for us to begin to cater for our own needs rather than waiting on the north. Just imagine if the north decides to do this, and of course we say they are crying, they are screaming, they want to return back to business. What about people who do not have access to food now because there is nothing in the south? Yes, we understand that the farmers are crying and screaming as a result of the invasion of herdsmen coming to their farms to kill, rape, and do all of these things. We know all of these things too. But it's time for us to go into mechanized farming, serious one in the south. That is the only answer to Fulani herdsmen invading your land. If you have your farms working, you have your cows and everything available for you in the south of Nigeria, you won't need to buy cows from the north. You won't need to buy cows from any northerner or even request for their own product.